Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME and welcome back to another episode of Iron Lung. Last episode we were reaching pretty far into this map. We've already finished half of the map. We're on the other half of the map now, the upper half now. Is there anything new on this thing? No. We're on the upper half of the map now. We're gonna hit this one. We're really close to this coordinate actually. So we're gonna hit that one right now as we're talking. But yeah, last episode we were just essentially exploring the bottom right side of the map, which was going through extreme speeds. Let me tell you guys this, that my original playthrough was way longer than this, which was even funnier in my mind, because I think that once I got the hang of everything and playing this again helped me. Oh jeez, not again. Not the fire. It's funny because the sound started picking up a little bit and then things were like bright, so I was just confused as hell what was going on. I think if you leave that thing for too long, it might eventually start suffocating you, I think, because the oxygen is already really low now. So what was it again? 325. I am not moving to 325 at all, but I am moving to 741 almost. But yeah, that fire was scripted as well, I think, because it seemed kind of scripted to me. When I got close to this spot is when I actually saw it still, so yeah. What was it, 741? I keep forgetting how far this one is, in a weird way. Like, I even, like, looked at the map and think, like, oh, but, like, yeah, I thought the fire was still, going for some weird reason in my head. 760? I keep forgetting this. Why is my brain not trying to cooperate? Oh, there's this checkpoint there. My brain's not cooperating with me. What the hell is wrong with me? 741, and then we need to be 325, which I passed by a little bit. So we just need to wholesale go zero here. Go zero. So yeah, this is the last checkpoint, I think, because the last time when I played this, it didn't give me any further checkpoints. 741. It didn't give me any more checkpoints after I got to this point, I think. Too far. There we go. And then 25, which is gonna be right. We gotta go 90 degrees for a little bit. I just want to hit the coordinate a little bit correctly, so bear with me as I try to do that. There we go. Okay, what's the angle you want me to go? 18, which is probably looking at the empty space maybe behind us, or around the area up here. No, actually not. That doesn't look like it. Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna be like... It looks like it's just going at the wall, looking at the wall here. Oh, past it. Okay, there we go. I'm fine with whatever it is. That looks kind of creepy. Okay, that's the thing we're looking at, I guess. I don't even know why we're looking at that. I think we should have looked like at this angle, because we're not going into that corner anytime soon, so... Yeah, it's like empty darkness there. Alright, now we're getting into the really tough one. This is the toughest one, I think. The second toughest is the coordinate up here. But this is the toughest coordinate spot, because you have to like hit that very accurately. So that's the one that really bothered me the most. But also, there's going to be an added bonus of bullcrap that's supposed to happen when you're in there, which I saw and I was like, oh no, I don't want to be in here for too long, but because it gets worse in terms of like it does like a VFX or a camera thing, and it just really didn't sit right with me, because I was getting a little bit headachy, inducing. I don't know why, I think that my brain was just starting to get a little bit headachy to that, so I don't know why it ended up being that case, but that was how it felt when I played through it. Alright, let's go down to 660. That's where we need to go. So there shouldn't be any walls that hit me if I go straight down, so 660, and maybe it might alert me that it might be too close to something, but I should not be bumping into anything since it's pretty open anyways. 660, here we go. But I think that we're gonna get close to like we're losing more things here kind of thing. Like things will start getting worse a little bit here. But I think the scare factor is gonna amp itself up a little bit. Is it 660? Yeah, approximately 660. I don't know. I don't really know if it's like the best like spot, but it's like right between 75 and 50. So, all right, we need to move towards the x-axis of 200. All right, we need to turn this to 270. Not that way. See, this is why I said we need a plus and minus, so I don't end up doing stupid things like that every time. It's like if you wanna speed run this, you're gonna have to memorize that the buttons are that way. So we need to go 200. Oh, we're gonna be hitting a wall soon here. We're, like, getting close to walls here. Yeah, the walls are very close here, so I think we need to go 200. Yeah, I gotta remember that. I want to move a little bit more downwards, just in case. Okay, I don't want to move too far down now at this point. Okay, there we go. We're back to straight up 270 again. Okay, check. Oh, that's a checkpoint too? Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah, because I thought there was only one checkpoint, so that's why it scared me the most when I got through here. Or before getting through here. Because I never got the checkpoint through here for some reason. Just need to be careful. We just need to get to 200. Yeah, you can hear the weird wow, wow, wow. We're getting close to the wall, I know. It shouldn't be a wall killer here. Like, I shouldn't hit the wall too hard here, so... Or hit the wall exactly here. And I knew that the checkpoint should be here, though, in my mind, because I was like, this needs to be, like... This needs to be, like, not, like, the worst place. Okay, we don't need to hit 200 exact, but... yeah, so the next coordinate there is... Let's try 600. 175, I think? 175, 600-ish? And that's a hard number to get. Yeah, it's a really hard number to get. We gotta hit 180, though. Okay, let's say 175 for now. 175 for 600. Now we need to move down, and closely down. Okay, No, I need to move the other way. My bad. Making sure the wall doesn't tell me, like, hey, we're too close here, so... The walls are getting closed in. Not fun. Yeah, we're going close to that. Let me... This way, because the way that the coordinates is like really difficult to work with here. What was the number again? 576? Okay, so we need to move closer anyways regardless. Okay, now things are going to start being funky soon here, and apologies if I go crazy a little bit. Oh, there's the new one. I forgot there was a third one here. There's a third Steam pop-up randomly. No, I didn't want to move 199. Wait, are we actually too far? No, we're not too far yet. Okay. We're getting closer to 180, so that's why it's a little bit harder for me. 180 is here. There's the shakiness. It's coming. It's very close. Alright, we need to now properly get 180 here. I feel like this is a geyser. Like, we're just getting closer to a stupid geyser, I bet. You know what the geysers are, you know? Like the thing, 576, okay, 576. Wow, we're actually in a weird spot. Oh, jeez, I hate this. It's so close by. 576, there we go. Then what's the angle? 184? Wow, we're actually like taking a picture right here. That's hilarious. Okay, I'll leave the coordinates being a little bit off. I don't want to suffer in this stupid shakiness for like too long here. Let's see what this stupid thing... What is this thing anyways? What is this thing all this time? Oh. Photograph the anomaly. That's what they call it. I'm gonna use that as my thumbnail, of course. So that's the anomaly. So we should get the hell out of here now. Ooh, not liking that shakiness there. Ooh, the shakiness is not great. It sounds like it's getting closer to me, but I can't even, like, begin to fathom what's going to happen if we don't get out of here quickly. I need to get out of here quick, but I don't know how to... I don't know if I'm doing it right, that's the problem. So we need to move a little bit further. Okay, we're moving too close to the wall here. Okay, we're almost out of there. At least the shakiness is now slowly going away. Okay, what's my coordinates here? I need 650, 200. Okay, 650, 200. Oh! Damn it, not again! Alright, no, this time it looks like it bumped me. Some fish bumped me away again. Damn it. That stupid... That's so stupid. Stop doing that, man! Okay, what was it? 277? Where are we at the 277? Wait, what? Huh? We're like outside of the thing now. We're like literally... Wait. It just kicked me out like very easily. What the heck? Yeah, we're like outside. We're proper outside. What? How? We're outside like the little tight corner. So we went in and something just knocked us out again? Or is it that... Is it... Oh, maybe we're hallucinating so hard that, like... I'm getting goosebumps just realizing we might be hallucinating so much that, like, something's changing and we don't know it. Like, our brains don't know that we're, like, slowly, like, getting gaps in our memory, maybe? That's what's going on, maybe? I'm so confused. It's so interesting because it's like suddenly those thumps just turns us into a different coordinate. And it's kind of cool that it's giving us an easy way out, but at the same time, it makes me question what happened to our guy? What happened to our character? You know, it's not a girl or guy, honestly. I keep forgetting this player we're playing, this character we're playing is a prisoner, but with no knowing if it's a he or she or they or whatever. So, 700. So let's just follow to the last coordinate, which is this one. That's gonna mark the end of the series here. If we get there and then I don't know what happens afterwards. I have no clue. Alright, anyways, 675? No, 690. Let's say 690. 690. 500 and 690. Let's go for more closer to 690 here. Yeah, things are gonna get worse here actually. So this is the last stretch, I think. Let's go more closer to 690 first before we hit the x-axis. Yeah, I want to make sure we get to 690 first. Yeah, things are gonna get worse because this is the last stretch of the area, and I remember things start getting weirder and weirder. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm here now, and I didn't know what to do anymore because I didn't have any sign of like what to do. Actually, let me move it, not 690, maybe 685. Yeah, like 685 would be fine, I guess, or 680. Yeah, 687, 686. Yeah, let's leave it at that, and then let's straighten it out. Straighten it out to 90, please. Oh, not too much. Alright. Now we go through it and try to hit, what, 500? 500, 550. So around 600, or at least 590 at least, I'd say. So 590 is where I need to hit it. And things will start getting worse here, I think. Or weirder. Either or. Either or. It's both, I think. But I don't know if there's another checkpoint. There should be one more checkpoint. There it is. That's the last checkpoint I see. I saw the last checkpoint. That's good. So that means we're at a point where we're at a decent pace. There will be a wall. No! It's that thing again. I know what that is. That's the thing that spooked me like hell when I first saw it. But I get it. I know. It's funny because you can drive while it's still on the ship. Apparently it's on your ship, essentially. It's like hugging your ship. Which is even funnier. Wait, what? Why is there another blinker that's just like further? What the frick? Am I too close to the wall or something? I'm so confused. There shouldn't be... Oh, I see. Yeah, because the wall is a little bit jutted out. Yeah, so it's going to be dangerous a little bit, but not really dangerous. Okay, now the blinking is kind of slowed down a little bit. I know the thing's bothering me. I get it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now we just need to straighten it out again. Okay, I'll interact with it once we get closer.
Oxygen.
There's the oxygen tank going higher. Once we hit 575, I guess? Yeah, once we hit 575, I'll check out the stupid eyeball that's blocking me. Because that's when things get a little bit weird and wonky in a sense. Actually, 560 is fine, I guess. No, actually, no. Let's do 570, rather. There we go. Alright, let's turn this ship around. Oh, yep, there it is. The blood puddle is coming in. Yeah, the blood pile is coming in. You can still read the paper, which is even funnier. Oh yeah, let's see. Stop bothering me, damn it! Yeah, it's eyeball, I know. And it's gonna hit the ship. Ow! Stupid thing. God damn it! God damn it, man! Alright, we gotta get out of here quickly. This is the last stretch of the game, so we gotta skedaddle. You know what's funny? That it still happens regardless of what happens here. Okay, what is our new coordinate? We need to go to 225? No, 270, 260, I think. 260, 255. Let's say 255 and 600. 600 and 765. Oh god, the water's piling up again. Ooh. I need to move a little bit more right, not left. Yeah, I don't know if there's a timer for the blood pile, like it seems like the blood will keep accumulating, but there's no sign of knowing. So we need to move 600 here, okay. Yeah, it's getting closer and closer to wherever we need to head to finish this game, apparently. I did crash in this corner here, or not this corner, but this area, general area was when I crashed. 775 would be fine, I guess. Yeah, we're almost at 775, I guess. Gotta be careful. Yep, there it is. I was like, I gotta be careful. It's really close to the walls here now. A little bit closer to 90 at least. Yeah, this is like the weird corner of anything. Okay, now we need to move straight. Or at least move away from that angle, I guess. 600 is where we at? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're good at 600. We need to just move a little bit further. A little bit more further straighter, a little bit. Straighter to the 90 degrees. Okay, so it's technically... Okay, what do we need to stop at? 675. Okay, that's a pretty... Yeah. Because last time when I got through here, I didn't really know that I had to hit the exact coordinates of that. So, yeah. I just need to be careful there. I need to be very careful here and deliberately worry less about anything else besides hitting the... Just not hitting the wall, essentially, is what I need to do. What was it again? 675. Sheesh. We're almost there, though. It's like a little bit more meters. Oh, no. Too far. I wonder what happens once we hit the last coordinate. It's just... Because there's a little bit of space left in general, but it doesn't really exactly tell you what happens once you hit that last point. Oh, too far. Nope, no. I wonder if this happens in the movie. I actually never thought about... I haven't watched the movie again, as I said. New day doesn't mean I watched the movie. It was only literally yesterday that I... 828. It was literally yesterday that I played this game, so I only had one day to pass, but I didn't have the chance to go and watch it yet. But it makes me wonder if the water pile is like a thing that comes up in the movie. The water puddle, water river thing. 828, right? 828, yeah. Oh, no. Too far. 828. We're almost there. I'm a little bit panicky now because I don't know if there is a timer for this last portion here. And then we need what angle? 295. Correct. So the other way. 295. Here we go. I think that's probably like very close to that weird wall here. This is even funnier. Oh, too bad. Too much. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. I got it. Iron lung. Woo! That was a good one. I love that. Oh, it was in Unity. Okay. Created in Unity 2021. Created by David. I can't pronounce his last name. I never can pronounce his last name. David Shmazik, I think is Shmaksky. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm sorry. I do not wish to butcher his last name any further. The expedition ultimately raised more questions than answers. Satellite images showed pieces of the SM-13 scattered all over the bottom of the trench, as though it has been torn apart by some huge beast. The wreckage cannot be reached at this time. No photographs have been recovered. The stars shine pale as bones. The moon is a lifeless corpse. Its ocean, a gaping wound. The universe, what's left of it, is dying. But somehow, somewhere in the void, there must be hope. Yeah, I couldn't read the rest. Beyond the Veil, achievement unlocked. So, there were like some secret stuff in there that I have not picked up on. But yeah. That has been Iron Lung. As I said, I personally wish I had done a great job at doing the blind playthrough the first initial way, which is to read the stupid map. But I didn't read that. Szymanski, that's what I think it's pronounced. David Szymanski. I didn't see it well enough. Iron Lung is a pretty old game to me, I think, in a weird way. I don't know, it came out in, 2018, I think? 2022? No, yeah, 2022 is when I heard. Yeah, so that was, further away from the time when because I think I stopped watching horror games from anybody. I'll probably watch clips, but I won't watch the actual game, full playthrough of it. I'll just watch clips of people getting jump scared and such from certain horror games. But Iron Lung is among many that I didn't really think about at all because I was just like, I want to avoid I want to play this blindly and have a good time with it, I guess, with whatever I could not understand about Iron Lung. I've heard people say it was really boring at times when it first came out, and I was just like, okay, well, it's what it is. But I think that the true beauty of this game is that your mind is always stressed and tense regardless of what's going on, and it's a very good substitute to being tense, to being substitute to being creepy, like the horror creep factor. What I really miss a lot of the times in many games are like that creep factor in horror games, and that's not many games that do creep factors. They love to do jump horrors. They love doing jump scare horrors, and I remember there was a video about specifically on movies. I think they did a great job breaking down the type of jump scares that you can see in movies, which works really well with games anyways, I think, in horror games as well. Where it's like a double take horror, or like a passing by horror, or a, out of the blue jump scare kind of thing. I forget what the video is, but it's a great analysis about how jump scares work. But then it never really, there's not really enough of the creep horrors that we usually see of old school horror. I feel like more old school horror is just creep factor. They will have it where they're sitting there and it's just there. You're just not thinking about it until you realize, oh, it's there. It's it's just been there all this time and I didn't notice. And then now I'm getting more scared of the fact that that's going on. So I think that that's the factor of where I think things kind of get good with this kind of horror element. And I think Iron Lung does that. Does a good job at building your tension as a factor of creep, because they do try to deliberately drop ambiance and music, which it doesn't start off with any music. It just drops off with like an ambiance of sorts, and then it starts kind of like trickling in with like the music here and there. Yeah, and then suddenly it's like, oh, we're seeing hints of things that are there. Like the fish that gets us at the end was the fish we saw earlier in checkpoint 4, I think. And then when you take a picture again, it disappears, I guess, or at least when you move the angle a little bit, it disappears. So it's kind of cool. And then it also gives you signs of it, because he pushes you away at certain points of your exploration. Like he's just like you're like, oh, I'm going out. Oh, whoa, what happened? Oh, why am I in a different coordinate? It's because that same fish has been playing with the prey, playing us like preys, like he see us as a prey, and it's about to attack us sooner or later. And I love the fact that it came out at the back of the ship and not so much in the front of the ship. It's just hilarious to me to think about it. But it is kind of sad though. It's a depressing story, because it's like, hey, you're trapped in this iron prison. You're gonna get screwed. So it kind of spells out that things can just be pointless at the end of the day. Like, there is no hope kind of thing. But then there's so many messaging that says, hey, there is hope. You know, there is kind of that weird hope that we might have, but we need to keep looking. We gotta keep going for it. You know. But it still kind of makes me question if this water is blood because that same fish keeps eating those bigger fishes, or if there's just these many other fishes that are trying to eat each other, and whatever bigger fish is the ones who are surviving because they're able to utilize the bloody water, to just kind of masquerade or conceal their presence and stuff to avoid each other. Like, even though the eyeball one saw us, I'm assuming that's the squid or the octopus that's like looking at us in the ship. But in a weird way, I think that it makes sense, I guess. Like, the world kind of makes sense naturally on its own, and I think that's really cool. And it's minimal. It's very minimal in the sense that it doesn't have a lot to work with. It just works with what it gets, which is whatever is around your surrounding. Yeah, I think that's all I could say about what I think about Iron Lung. I think Iron Lung is a really good short adventure into the horror game world that I kind of sorely feel like is still kind of a blip that's missing at times. We don't even get, like, I guess we got a lot more AAA, or not AAA, we got a lot more indie horror games than AAA games, which I mean, I know we have, like, Alien Isolation 2 coming through, but even then it's been, like, or even Alien Incursion, which I don't even know if that's horror or not, but, like, we don't really have any, like, AAA, like, horror games these days. I mean, Bloober's doing it, actually. Never mind, I might scratch that a little bit. Silent Hill's been kind of coming up and up with Konami and Bloober. So I mean, I can see it. I can appreciate those, but it's like there's not many out there, and I think that's why, since there's such a drought in AAA horror games, I think people are clamoring for more of them. But you know, that's how it is, I guess. Like, horror's been just kind of down on the down. But yeah. This has been, this will be where I'll leave it then, I guess. I don't really know, I don't want to say much more because there's not really much more to say. It just goes kind of at a faraway tangent to just, like, other things rather than just staying within Iron Lung. But my final saying for Iron Lung is a great horror game, great small horror game. Creep factor is, like, great. There's still some secrets in here that I've missed. Actually, let me see if it can continue. Where does it continue off of? Where the bloody water comes in? No. Oh, it's before I hit the ending portion. Okay, let me do something. So they said something about, like, the SM13. There's an achievement for this. Oh, I pressed the enter and the numpad and it didn't work. AT? Oh, my bad. Alt tabs. My brain instinctually went alt tab because I was like, oh, alt tab, AT5. Okay. Oh no, not put it. I want to see what this AT5 maybe. Oh, there it is. There it is. Moon AT5 body redacted. This entry has been redacted. See Blood Oceans for more information. Okay, so this is where I was like, is there more information that we can see about these things? Because I don't know what information we can get. Blood oceans, body. An unexplained phenomenon that has been identified on 4 separate moons since the Quiet Rapture. Moon AT5 and Moon Z8 are the most notable locations as they are under the control of the COI. Enough research has been conducted on the blood itself to determine that it is indeed human blood, but we have not discovered where it comes from or how it keeps its liquid form. The ocean at 85 is of particular interest because redacted. Ooh, so this blood is all human blood, so that means they sent a lot of prisoners down here. The Quiet Rapture. Oh geez, that's a lot of information. I can't even scroll up. Okay, whatever. The Quiet Rapture. In 357 EIC, without any prior warning, radio contact with our respective planets were suddenly cut. Nobody can recall having visual contact with any planets when the incident occurred or experiences any other unusual phenomena, so it's uncertain what exactly might have happened. Upon investigation, it was observed independently by several stations that were there, had previously been planets, nothing remains. Further investigation over the following months revealed that all known planets with sentient life, flora, and fauna of habitable atmosphere or any sort of natural resources were likewise gone, along with the all-known stars. The only celestial bodies that have been found since are either uninhabitable moons or asteroids. I think he spelled asteroids wrong. They spelled asteroid wrong. Isn't it ROID instead of RIOD? Whatever. Many theories have been proposed for this disaster, including religious interpretations of it as a literal rapture, some unknown quantum anomaly, or something more cosmic and sinister. There are no concrete answers yet. Interesting. So they're saying that these were people losing contact of people going through, like, their sort of misadventures in other planets, I guess. Okay, I guess. It's pretty much the story that I think I've heard a few times. Epoch of interplanetary colonization. Epoch of interplanetary colonization, or EIC, is an interstellar calendar standardization adopted with the establishment of the first off-Earth colony on Mars in 1992 AD. Really far back. 0 EIC. That's the starting point. It was and is the predominant calendar used throughout the known galaxy, although before the Quiet Rapture. Many debated switching over to the more standardized measurement of years. IMC, or Interstellar Martian Calendar, was especially popular owing to a large population residing on Mars and the Quiet Rapture. All stations and alliances still use EIC, aside from Eden, which is using IMC. What's Eden? Eden. Space Station Eden is the large man-made structure that still exists in the wake of the Quiet Rapture. It was formerly the main station for Mars, and the populace still maintain a strong sense of Martian patriotism and independence, making them a constant threat to the sanctity and security of the COI. It has a current population of 468 and has the also known remaining trees in its interior garden. What? The remaining trees? What? The COI considers Eden a threat to all collective well-being after their attack on Filament Stations. Okay. I can't even type out the periods either. The punctuations don't seem to come up. The consolidation of iron. The consolidation of iron, or COI, is a brotherhood of 3 space stations and 2 spacecrafts found on the principle of collectivism and ruled by the popular vote of all citizens, numbering 257. At the same time of this entry, its name comes from the iron and steel materials. Its 2 main stations and constructed form the principle of unity, togetherness in the face of menace from surrounding stations such as Eden. All right. Well, I mean, I'm probably gonna sit here for too long reading through all of this. What was Eden again? I didn't look at Eden, did I? Oh no, Eden's the space station. Right. Yeah. So the achievement said that you have to look for information about your actual AC5 maybe. AT5 redacted. This entry has been redacted. See blood oceans. Yeah. Yeah, because I want to know what my ship is, because it doesn't seem like it. Z8. What's Z8? Z8. Moon Z8, the site of one of the 4 known blood oceans, and one of the 2 such moons under the control of the COI. Moon is redacted. Moon Z8 has historically been used for realization of COI convictions until the discovery of Moon at T5. So their first trial of doing this was in another moon. So we're in the other moon that was newly discovered, which is incredibly funny to me. Okay, so then let me see what other information we haven't picked up. Mars. Mars, the 4th planet from the sun, and the site's first off-Earth colony in 1992. 0 EIC. Mars was the most populated planet of the solar system before the quiet rapture, surpassing Earth in 143 EIC. Now, all that remains of Mars' former glory is the Eden space station. So Mars became inhabitable as well. Yeah, this is the yeah. So Mars became inhabitable, meaning like you can't you can't live on Mars and you can't live on Earth. So that means they're on a spaceship or a space station called Eden now. So that's kind of crazy. I like how interstellar Martian calendar is like almost like IMO, in my opinion, almost. Let's see what's IMC. Interstellar Martian calendar, commonly known as IMC. The interstellar Martian calendar is an alternative to the more widely used EIC. It was poised to be officially adopted by Mars, the quiet rapture. Whereas EIC is based on the rotation of Earth, IMC is based on the rotation of Mars, meaning that 1 year in the IMC is about 1.88 years in IMC. Currently, only Eden, is former Martian space station, uses the... Okay, I get the point. It's just, hey, we're using this because it's based on Mars instead of Earth. I was wondering if there's anything more, but there's not a lot of information I can run off of. No. Yeah, because SM13 won't pop up with anything. Yeah, like, that doesn't seem to pop up with anything at all. Trying to think. SM5, SMT5. SM5, no? Is that really not? No, SM13, my bad. There it is, SM13. One of the 4 in-service underwater crafts fashioned by the COI for use in the conviction realization in the blood oceans. It is designed for deep liquid photography and analysis. Redacted, all rumors of the SM13 and similar crafts being used for so-called mob justice by way of forced suffocation or otherwise have been proven false. Really? So that means that they're lying to me about how they might think about doing stuff, I guess. Conviction realization and human form of criminal justice used by COI, where the crimes are repaid by rendering services to the general collective. Often this is performing surveys, maintenance, or other similar beneficial tasks. Redacted. Okay, well, I don't got anything, it seems like. I don't know if I got the achievement. I didn't really pay attention enough to know. But anyways, other than that, yeah, that's all I could find. I guess that's the information I got so far with Iron Lung. I should have looked at it a little bit during the time, but I wanted to reserve that till the end of the episode, end of the series, to kind of look through the information that's technically like a side piece to kind of give you a bit of a backstory for the world building. And I think the world building is kind of nice, but I think it's at the same time unnecessary at best, because you can kind of get a lot of the game through the whole navigational parts of it already. So there's really not a heavy emphasis on trying to do these kind of things. So it makes sense. It makes sense that it would be ignored for the most part. But yeah, other than that, that's it for this episode. I'm going to close it here. And that will be the end of the series for Iron Lung, 3-part series. Thank you guys for joining me on this little journey on this planet of a moon called 85. And I will Oh yeah, I've got to mention. Yeah, if you guys want to buy Iron Lung for yourself to play it for yourself, it's really good. I think in its own factor, or support the developer. I think David is like the guy behind what was the name of the independent publisher? I think it started with Blood. I can't remember. Blood Games? No, Blood Run Game? No, blah, 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 blah. I can't remember the name of the publisher. But yeah, support the game developer. I think that they're a fantastic set of indie developers working under the publisher that's publishing things. And other than that, I'll leave the links. Yeah, leave the links to all the versions of Iron Lung Game that I can find for you guys to go and click into. For you guys to play for yourself. It's a really great horror game. Maybe make your friend play it if they haven't played it before. I mean, that would be a fun experience to watch somebody play it for the first time along with them. Yeah, the next game I'm gonna play is another horror short game, kind of similar among Iron Lung, I think, but I won't finish in one sitting because my next week's session would not be short for these kind of games, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'll finish in 2 episodes, maybe even. I won't know until I get there in that point. But yeah, I wasn't planning on playing it, but then I was like, okay, well, I want to finish something short in the meantime to give myself some time to just clean up a little bit of my backlog. I do have a pretty sizable backlog, so just don't mind me as I go through these more shorter games. And yeah, other than that, thank you guys for joining me on this little short journey. I do hope I hope I didn't scare anybody with my yelling and screaming about the jump scares and horror stuff. But yeah, and I hope I know my commentary was not special either, so I do apologize if it was so boring throughout the whole series so far. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for coming along. Hope you guys show up for the next series or the other series that I've worked on, or not worked on, other series that I've played through. And other than that, thank you guys very much. And hope you guys have a great, amazing day, week, night, or whenever watching this. So, other than that, Roz out.